March. Did 38 points in March. Shout out to Gatorade. Shout out to Gatorade. Put that thing up.
All right, Kahleah, first of all, congratulations on the career high. Quite simply, how were you able to find your spots tonight?
I think my teammates did a good job of getting me open. Coach did a good job drawing plays up, and I was just able to, I was in the best position, so I was able to succeed.
So I asked you in the preseason game about the X Factor, Albert Days tonight. It was a sample size in the preseason, but it was a lot larger crowd tonight.
Yeah, nah. Like I said, I'm so happy to be on this side of it. They were great, you know, through the runs. There were never a time, you know, even when they were going on their run, we always felt the crowd. We felt them all night. So I love to have the X Factor on my side. And I'm just like super happy to be here.
Same question?
Yeah.
No, it was always tough to come and play in this gym, like Todd just said, but to be a part of that now, that six-man is huge and important throughout the season, right? When other teams go on runs, and you got to find some momentum somewhere. It always comes from the crowd, and to feel that tonight, to feel the electricity and the excitement behind this team, we're all really excited, so we're glad the X Factor is now too.
Natasha, what did you see out of Kahleah that just made her undeniable?
She from North.
And I like cheesesteaks from D'Alessandro's.
Yeah. No, Kahleah is a pro's pro. She's continued to grow. Most people forget that we started in Washington together, and to see her growth over the years and really see who she turned into with going to Chicago and making that her own franchise, and really just figuring out who she is as a player when that opportunity came back around for us to team up. You want to play with a dog like Ka, right? Someone that's just going to continue to push and challenge you to get better. But she's a prolific scorer. She can score in a multitude of ways, but y'all don't talk enough about how she's a two-way player. So on top of scoring 38 points tonight, she had the job of guarding Ryan as well. And when you can have that impact on both sides of the court, man, you're going to run through a wall for this one. So Kahleah's just amazing. It's amazing to see. But for real, to really open up with a new chapter, new journey, and to start off with 38 points, man, she set the standard for all of us.
Tosh, to your point, Ka held Howard to 4 points in the second half. She wasn't the only elite defender out there.
Okay, talk about it. We got a team full of them.
5 personal fouls, and you still come up with a game-saving block at the end. What was going through your mind on that possession?
She ain't gonna get that shit up, even if I have to foul. But no, just understanding that's the principles of our defense. We really are locking into the defensive end this year. So we're talking about now, we're talking about Gabs, we're talking about MIG, which is our weak side defense. So really just, we've been getting after it, and that is gonna be the standard for our team is defense first, and it's gonna lead to offense. So, you know, we see players go down, you gotta step up and step up for your players too.
To that point, you are so good at elevating the play of other people. Just real quick on Natasha Mack, she had a career-high day, 11 rebounds. And every time she did something well, you were right there, high-fiving her, in her ear, chirping. What is that relationship like?
You got to be a point guard, right? You got to feed into your teammates, and especially when we're putting Mac in a really tough position, right? Like her first game was against Asia Wilson. She did a phenomenal job. Now we're coming in, we're asking her to be there, we're asking her to guard guards, we're asking her to be a MIG and protect. We tell Mac all the time, that's your yard to protect, right? That's your rim to protect. And she's doing a phenomenal job. She's impacting shots. She's blocking so many shots.
Deflections.
The go-go gadget arms, the hands that stay like this. So you just want to make sure that a young player coming in and what we're demanding of her, you got to give her flowers when she is stepping up. So Mac has done an amazing job, and we're going to continue to breathe confidence into her.
What was going through your guys' head when Atlanta made that run in the fourth quarter a little bit? Was there ever any doubt that crept in?
Yo, we came to the huddle like game of runs. Like the calmness, the sense of calm that we felt in those moments, I'm like, we about to win this. Like it was never a moment where we were disconnected. Like things happen on the court, you know, whether it was a turnover, a foul, a bad foul, you know, whatever. We came to the timeout and we looked at each other. We like, we got it. Like it's fine. Like we're going to be okay. And when we talk about our culture and what we're trying to build and what we want to be, in the toughest moments when you can look to your left and look to your right and know that your teammates is like let's go. Like, that's what you want to be a part of.
Absolutely.
When you talk about, culture and like defense too, obviously they made the run in the fourth, but the first quarter holding to 19% shooting, what does that do for your guys' just overall defense?
We some dogs. But no, when I tell you the first, 2-3 days of training camp, we did not run offense. We focused on defense, understanding that we can have all the scores in the world, but if we're not getting stops on the other end of the court, that shit don't matter. So we've all bought into that. We've all bought into Nate, and I don't think he gets talked enough about of creating and starting a standard of this culture that we were easily able to just sit into. Me and Kai talked after the Vegas game when we were just chilling together, and we're going to run through a wall for Nate. And when you have a coach that's a player's coach and really just leads by example, Kyle talking about he joking with her in the fourth quarter about smoking a layup. That's poised. It's poised.
Literally, game is on the line. He's cracking jokes, and he told me exactly what to do. I won't even tell y'all what he said. But made a big play, and I just looked at him like, you know what? I like you.
But that poise, that leadership starting from him, it trickles down into everyone else and sets the standard for all of us.
Both you guys have won championships, right? And so you come to a team with Diana Tross, play 2 games with her. You played against her, and you know what it's like to play against her. So what was she like tonight, especially, and what her presence brings?
When we talk about culture, D was 4 for 15. Didn't matter what kind of shooting night she was having. You know, every timeout, every missed shot. I think I shot an air ball in like the second quarter or something. She's like, she's struggling too, but she's like, don't worry about it. Like, constantly encouraging in the timeouts, very vocal. Like, she wants to win, and you know, like I said before, D probably has more basketball behind her than in front of her. So it's our jobs to continue to add to her legacy, and what we want to do is win. You know, we want her to go out whenever that is, like with a bang. And so, despite whatever she had going on the court, like she wants to win, and that's what I said before. This team is full of winners, and when you have that championship experience, everybody understands sacrificing a little bit of yourself for the team, and ultimately that's what we want to win. So whatever that looks like, whoever night it is, that's what we're doing.
Ryan Howard's one that you have to account for on defense, obviously, because of what she brings as a scorer. But Alicia Gray was the second best scorer, or the best actual shooter on the court besides you, Kai. So what were some of the in-game adjustments that you had to do as a team in order to stop her in what she was doing on both ends of the floor, in addition to Parker, Thomas, Tice?
For Alicia, just, you know, being at the point of the screens and then just following the scout, being disciplined in the scout, not letting her get downhill left, being in our gaps. And even when we're tired, you know, deep in the fourth, like we want to be in our spots defensively because that's going to help us. Our playing team defense is going to help us a lot, especially down the stretch when, you know, our legs are a little bit tired. But, yeah, I think that, you know, in the beginning, we started the game, Tosh was guarding Tina Charles, you know? We trust that, and we trust our defense.
She only had 6 points.
Talk about it.
For you to talk.
I'm just talking shit, my bad, Joe.
Can you just talk about the 3 from Sophie, how clutch that was?
Man, I think, how many shots did Sophie end up shooting? Sorry, help me out here, Sophie Cunningham. 5 field goal attempts, 3 for 5, and 2 of those threes came when we needed them most. When you talk about what Sophie does won't always show up on this box score. She comes down, she plays hard every possession on both ends of the floor. We ask her to play the 4, we ask her to play the 5 a lot of times. And I think she's taking a little bit of a lesser approach on the offensive end, right, because we have so many scorers, right? But for her to come up with those 2 big threes at the end, just a testament to who she is for this team, for us. You want to talk about just a solid player that you know what you're going to get from every single night. That shit was electrifying, and it gets us going, right? But to only take 5 shots and to come up with 2 of the biggest threes of the game, she's tough.
We're going to finish up with 2 on Zoom. Nick Hamilton.
Hello, ladies. Congratulations on the win. This question is for Kahleah. Obviously.
Oh, next.
Kahleah. It's okay.
Kahleah.
Leah, I apologize in the league, and being in this offense now, how comfortable do you feel like you are, especially tonight when you feel like you really had it going and really was in that rhythm on the verge of getting the win?
Like I said before, I was just put in a very good position. You know, I try not to force anything. Our offense, we have so many different options within it. So I was just playing within our offense and just trying to be aggressive, like my teammates were just encouraging me to be.
Tia?
Hi, Tia Reed from the Next. You guys play really physical, and usually that's a good thing, but sometimes you guys, the foul trouble that you guys had tonight, and then also the amount of times you're putting your opponents at the free throw line, what are some things you guys can do to mitigate those going forward?
We're going to continue to play the same way. We're going to continue to be more solid without fouling. But that aggressiveness on the defensive end for us is not going to stop. Referees are going to know every time that the Phoenix Mercury come out to play, they're going to be tough-nosed. They're going to get into it from the start of tip. And that's just how it's going to be. But we can be more disciplined down the stretch of keeping people off the free throw line. Something that we talked about in our huddles as well down the stretch is that, right, by putting them in the free throw line, we stop the clock. We allow them to come back into the game, and that's freebie. So we're going to continue to get better. We've only been together for maybe 2.5 weeks now, but I would say our defense is looking pretty good.
Just want to know, is this the first time both of you guys had to address a crowd full of fans after a game? Because you looked surprised when they
Oh, my God. You know what? Before the game, I saw Tosh doing it, and I'm like, Tosh is the perfect person for this. I'm talking to Suge. I'm like, I just hope they never ask me to do it. Suge said
38 points later.
Suge said they asked everybody. I'm like, there's no way. Like, not today anyway. Like, afterwards, I'm like, I can barely hear him. I'm just like, oh, I'm so stressed. I don't know what to say. I'm like, thank you, everybody. I'm like, oh, my goodness. I'm not getting in those situations.
Flowers. Your 57 total points over your first 2 games this season is the best 2-game start in Mercury history, besting Cappy Pondexter in 2008.
Wow. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
not the Rutgers player.
Come on then.
Shout out to Cap. Damn, that's lit. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course. I'm sorry I didn't get it on the telecast. I will say it the next time I'm in front of a microphone.
Okay. I appreciate
That's
you.
greatness.
Thank you.
That's greatness. Thank y'all so much.
Congratulations.
Yeah.